Welcome to back to Midday with the Raj on 103.5 WCCH, broadcasting live from Holyoke Community College. I have her name is Nandy. Is that correct? Nandu on the show today. Special guest, another one. I know I don't really sound the best right now. I have a little bit of a cold, but thought I would still come on the show today and do the normal Midday with the Raj. But Nandu, I'm glad you welcome to the show, obviously, and I'm glad to have you on. So I think for the first half hour of the show, you can go for and tell us what you do here, Nandu. Give us a breakdown of what do you do here at HCC, what's your major, and what's your major and what do you do here? Go for it. The floor is yours.
I'm Nandu. My full name Nandu. I'm usually a good, nice, clean athlete. I work out mostly in the gym, in the school gym, and I'm a liberal arts major. Yeah. I was a former basketball player. Quitted basketball 5 years ago. And I was a former cricket player. Quitted for personal reasons. And now I'm a soccer player for 3-4 years. Officially being in HCC soccer team for the first time last semester. And we are going to have nice good semester next season, and it starts in the fall, and next new game is on August 31st, and yeah, I call everyone to watch the game on August 31st 2025. Yeah, that's it.
What are you studying here?
Liberal arts major, and I'm a full-time student here.
That's good. That's nice. Are you enjoying it so far?
Yeah, it's good so far in the campus, and the weather is changing outside. It's kind of warm outside, like 50 degrees, I think. So it's a nice weather around the campus, and yeah, good.
Yeah, it seems like it was seems like it's a nice day out today. Weather seems like it's clearing up a little bit, and temperature is getting nice at the right time. And I think my friend told me the other day, I think that this is great that the weather's changing and spring is here, and hopefully we can keep it like this from now on. I mean, because to be honest, I don't really like the weather from the past weather, rain every other day too. It's not fun. So you played soccer. Tell me how that went. How long have you been playing that?
Last season was the first time I've been in the team for the first time, and
Nice.
I never been in a team with a lot of women, and yeah, it was fun and good. Though we lost the finals, yeah, with CCRI, and we think we can catch up in the next finals and go for the nationals.
Yeah, for sure. What is your position?
I'm a forward player. I have played as a left wing and right wing in the past in the season itself, but I mostly prefer to play forward.
No, that makes sense. And you're enjoying playing soccer so far?
Yeah, soccer is a fun sport. Like, I think every sports have its own consequences, like according to the injuries and stuff. And playing soccer with a lot of people is enjoyable.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, I think once you usually get used to it, you get to pick up the pace a little more and understand the game, and understand the rules of it, and understand what you're purposes on the field for the team you play for, and I feel like the more experience you get with that, the better it gets. You said that this is your first year, correct?
Yeah.
So the more experience you get over time, the better it's going to get for you. I mean, I didn't play soccer at all. I played baseball and basketball, but I know what you're saying. You know, jumping into a new environment for the first time is probably awkward, a little weird. But then once you get used to it in years and years to come, you'll be ready to go for what's next. I mean, if you plan on playing next year, I bet that's what you're planning on, right? You're planning on playing again next year?
Yeah, I'm trying to play for next year. Not try. That's my plan, and that's a solid plan. And to be honest, the women's soccer team, it's a nice team, and nice coaches so far. I mean, nice coaches out there. Uh, they're ready to push the people who can put the effort and time into the sport. And I could I could have, like, I can witness that so far in the team. And yeah.
No, that makes sense though, and obviously the season ended for you. What was your guys' record this year?
I think we played like 12 games and won 8 games in a row. And yeah.
So how many games did you guys win and lose?
I think we lose like 2, 3, 4 games, I think. I don't know
so
how
you
many.
guys had a good season then.
Yeah, we had nice good season. And it's just that CCRI had bigger. I mean, they had a big team. Like, they had like 16 teammates or something in their team.
Oh,
So,
for sure. Definitely.
And we just lost with the PKs in the last final game. So yeah. We were also a tough teams, and they were also tough teams. So yeah.
And down the stretch, stuff's gonna get a little tougher, and down the stretch things can get very tense. All at once, and trying to deal with that can be tough, especially the opponent, depending on who you're playing. Like you said, changes in season as well. So, but how did you handle that personally with your first time ever playing soccer?
At first it was emotional. Like, there is a lot of new people
Oh, 100%.
that I don't know personally, and it's like felt so awkward that I was a person who is like who wanted to be a perfect athlete. Like, I have seen a couple of people cheat in the tracks, their running time, but it's not their problem. And yeah, the it depends on people that what they want from the team, and how they are, yeah.
For sure, and it's like the way you handle it too matters.
Mhm. First time playing in a team, like, with a lot of people who I don't know.
And for sure, and you're also meeting like new people as well, and I'm sure that's a big step up. Getting into that environment, and getting into that stage where you don't know where that's gonna be, and meeting like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. It's like I was just stepping out of my comfort zone.
Oh, of course.
Like, I never had much people around me, and I never used to talk much. So it was like, at first it was quite awkward, but then when we get to used to with people, it's a routine.
Oh, 100%. Just having to deal with that. Being in new environments. So, but it's definitely a new environment for sure. but just trying to handle that, it was probably a little hard, interesting, but going through the motions, and then in time you're getting used to it. But I feel like the more years you play too, the more experience you get, the more used to it you'll get in time, and the more connections you'll make with other people, especially your teammates, and not to mention your coaches as well.
Yeah, I like that what you said now, that it's true. I think moreover to the coaches, they are literally experienced, and uh, they give out their like 100% energy and effort out there in the field. So uh, that's what made our team to win 8 games in a row.
And yeah, going through losing streaks as well can be very tough. For me, it'd be very tough for me to, handle that all at the same time and go through different stages where you're handling this, and then there's something else that comes up at the same time, and then dealing with losing streaks can be tough. I know how that is, and I bet that's difficult. Getting to be in the situation of where you're at to going on a 3 or 4 game win streak, and then after that losing a couple games in a row can be tough. Handling it, but in time you get over it. That'd be like really hard for me to get over losses too, and it takes time, but at the end of the day you get over it. But you play soccer. Your major is what?
Liberal arts.
Liberal arts, and this is your what year?
Freshman second semester.
Oh, freshman and second semester. Same thing here. But no, it looks like you know a lot. As you guys know, I'm doing a Yankees live tuning. They're up 1-0 in the first as of right now. Off the Aaron Judge RBI triple. He's carrying the team on his back. It's early in the season they're 14-10, half game ahead of Boston, but it's April, it's early. But it's a lot to take in, especially for you, what you just told me and everything that you had to go through during the season for soccer as well. And you said this is your first time playing soccer and any sport, so that was exciting. Taking liberal arts as well. What's the most part that you enjoy about this, like in college so far?
I enjoy about like in my college life, like so far, is that I at first I never thought to join the team, and it was on the floor that I decided to join the team and get out there, uh, take away my comfort zone, kind of fear that how people would be and everything. And the best part, like so far, is that the final game we lost, like the final game we had, I have seen that I didn't have any fear about the ball hitting me. I mean, it was so hard game, so we all enjoyed, and we had a nice away game. And the trip we went to CCRI with the van, we enjoyed. We had nice talks, and yeah, nice memory ever to keep in the mind.
Oh, for sure. But you're liking it so far?
Yeah, so far I like it, and I try to engage myself with more social and the events that college give us free, that we can go and see and stuff. Yeah.
Well, that's exciting though. That's good. So what? Can you tell me a little bit more about yourself? Like, what are your hobbies? What do you like to do?
I like to go to the gym,
Yeah,
like
I like to
two
do that too.
hours, working out there, like kicking the ball for some time, and cardio is not my favorite, but have to do it. And I'm karate brown first belt, and soon I will be black belt soon, and trying to take a teaching training in black belt. Uh, and I'm a dancer. I'm trying to teach some people, like some students in the summer in back homeland. Uh, Personally, I'm from India and Indian classical dancer for 8 years and experience enough. And yeah,
Sounds exciting. Sounds like you were busy. So, but when did you end up moving to to Massachusetts?
uh, I came here in Massachusetts uh, like 3 years back, 2022, while I was doing my higher education. Uh, I mean, senior year, and had to come here with my family. And at first, I used to stay near Shelburne area, and suddenly we had to move to like near Greenfield, Deerfield area. So yeah, it was nice experience moving back and forth, and it was not good. I mean, it was not new experience that moving around the place, because I've been moving around the place like from when I was age 4. Like uh, I just personally went to different schools. I had 3 schools transferred when I was doing my senior year, so it's not a new thing for me, and it was flexible.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it fits in with your schedule as well, and getting to do what you have to do on the side with what you just told me as well, and seems like you were very busy during that time as well. But and glad that everything ended up working out.
Uh, in my life, I mean, every day keeps a plan A and plan B. Even if
Of course.
our first plan doesn't work, we can always have the second option, you know.
Of course, absolutely.
Like going flexible. I think I'm outgoing and easy, but like it depends how busy I am.
Also depends on time of the season as well.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on where you're at in life as well, and what you got going on and what you're dealing with. So, um, but thank you for coming on. Thank you for taking time out of your day and coming to Midday with the Raj. I'm gonna take my first break, and then we'll be back in about 5 minutes, and Pat will be back on the show with me. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Midday with the Raj. Pat is back on with me.
Woo, the rule is back.
We'll do a little PSA before I get a little Yankee update for out there and go and get started with the script. I know we're getting started with the script a little early. Bear with me, I'm a little sick, but hey, bear with me. So, 21 songwriters, Western New England. Pat, you know anything about this? I'll let you answer that in a sec. A fundraiser for the D.E. Laws Institute for Technical Arts at the Lighthouse School in Holyoke, Massachusetts, and a New Music Alliance. Immediate songwriting workshop and exploration of different paths to writing your song. Facilitators Louis Morale Cabral and Peter J. Newland. So, Pat, tell me a little bit about that. I don't know exactly what that is.
Yeah, thanks for turning this one over. I actually do know a lot about this one, or a decent amount. This one's being put together by the New Music Alliance. They actually have a show here on WCCH, Thursdays at 7, Sundays at 3. That's produced by the one and only Mr. Mark Sherry. So shout out Mark for doing that show. And this is going to be a great event. It's going to be, workshops all morning, help musicians craft better songs, be better songwriters, meet a bunch of other musicians in the area. And then I think there's going to be a bunch of performances in the afternoon. So it's going to be a great day. It's going to be a lot of fun. And if you pop out, you might even see Professor Pat up on the stage, baby. Woo!
You can't miss him either. He's
Ella Enchanted. Let's go.
Can't miss him, Professor Pat.
A hit is a hit is a hit. Bam.
So we're going to do a little Yankee update.
Boo.
So 2-1 going to the top of the second inning. The Guardians took advantage of another Yankees error in the last few days. It's been last night, Pat. The Guardians took advantage of a lot of Yankees errors in one inning, which lended to the Guardians scoring 3 runs. Not even hard-hit balls. Balls that one of them was hard, but most of them were just balls not made, plays not made. And
the fundamentals.
Fundamentals are really big. You got to do the small things right. But as of right now, it is 2-1 New York going to the top of the second inning. Aaron Judge with an RBI triple, followed by Paul Goldschmidt knocking in a run as well, and the Guardians capitalizing on another Yankees costly error. Now, moving on with the script, Pat. NBA playoffs game 2.
How about them Celtics?
Celtics are... Pat is going to change his prediction.
Oh, yeah.
As of in a second. Game 2 with the Celtics and Magic is today. Golden State is playing tonight too against the Rockets in game 2. We got Bucks and Pacers, and of course last night the Thunder took a 2-0 lead over the Grizzlies, and the Lakers tied the Timberwolves last night as well. And all those series are going on as we speak right now, and the Celtics play tonight. I believe it's at 7:30. It sounds like a normal time for a Celtics game. So, 7:30 start, and I believe Golden State is, I think it's 9:30 or 8:30. I don't remember. But, playoffs are going on, and of course, NHL. Pat, do you think the Celtics pull it out tonight? You think maybe, it says Tatum's doubtful, but Pat, what do you got? Do you think the Celtics pull out and go up 2-0?
Yeah, I think the Celtics pulled this one off, and I'm totally changing my prediction for all of our loyal listeners to Midday with the Raj. I said Celts in 7 last week before the series started. Well, I ended up catching some of the game on Easter Sunday, and Celts in 4, no doubt about it. And honestly, Tatum, I hope they don't even play him. I mean, if Game 1 was any indication, Celtics are pretty deep this year. I don't think they necessarily need him out there. Definitely this early in the playoffs, you're hoping for a deep run.
Well, you want your star player, though.
It's true, Al. But, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you want to take any chances. It looks like they had it in hand, even without him. I'll be honest. I mean, it's too bad he had the injury. He was not having a great game before then. The rest of the team was kind of picking up the slack. So this might be a good test for the Celtics, an early playoff test. How can they do without their star, Jason Tatum? It doesn't seem too serious, not to downplay it, but I think he'll be all right.
We'll see.
Give him some rest and regroup.
So you think they rest him game 2 and then play him game 3?
I wouldn't be surprised if he played, honestly.
Well, he's doubtful as of right now, but there are plenty of hours before the game.
True. A lot can happen.
Things can change.
Get him an ice bath.
I could do that too. Things can change in a very short amount of time. So.
Yep. Hot, cold.
Exactly. NBA playoffs, kicking it, great right now, all out in swing. And games 2 of Celtics and Warriors for their separate series to start tonight. The Lakers ended up taking game 2, like I said last night, against the Timberwolves, and the Thunder take a 2-0 lead over the Memphis Grizzlies as well, with a win last night. Pat, who do you think's taking this Timberwolves Lakers series? I feel like this is like the odd man out. Well, not really odd man out series, but series where anything can happen.
Yeah, that seems tight.
Do you think Lee Goat James takes the series, or do you think the Timberwolves and Anthony Edwards?
You know me. I'm rocking for my main man, Bron. I'm gonna say
I gotta take LeBron as well.
you already know Bron's gonna pull this one out just like he always does.
Here's the problem.
Shout out Bron. I know you're listening.
Here's the thing. Luka Doncic takes way too many shots. You gotta give the ball to LeBron. He's the superstar.
Facts.
And Luka, know
your role. Give the ball to Bron.
Know your role and give it to LeBron. And
straight up.
Not saying ball hog, but what I'm saying is you got to get him the ball. He's your superstar, so you cannot just mess around like that. I think
this ain't the church league no more.
I wasn't gonna say anything like that.
This the NBA. Give the ball to Bron.
No, Pat, you heard it from Pat first. You think the Lakers take it? How many games do you think they take it in?
I will say it's shaping up to be a good series. I'm gonna say Lake Show in 7. Book it.
Lakers in 7.
Get on DraftKings.
Okay.
Book it.
Well, you heard it from Pat himself. He says Lakers in 7. I will take Lakers in 6, actually.
All right, I see that.
And I'm still sticking with my pick with the Celtics in 5 against the Magic. By the way, I'm not changing that. And I think I told Pat a little while ago before we hopped on there, my friends had a little comment on that. He's like, he actually said Celtics in 7. I said, I honestly couldn't believe it too, man. But here we are. And as you can tell, and I'm sure I'll have to let them know about that later, that he ended up changing his pick, which was a smart move because I don't really see that going to that atmosphere.
No.
Although
I crunched the numbers and I studied the tape. Season 4, baby.
Although playoffs are different, but I don't see it going that far. And plus, every time someone chants they want Boston, things don't end up going their way.
Yeah, so you want that clean sweep.
History has proven that, so... But, no, NBA playoffs are in full swing. We got NHL playoffs as well. I don't usually put down a bunch of games for NHL playoffs, Pat, but I guess this week I just I just had to. So, we got the Stars and the Avalanche. We got the Capitals and the Canadiens. We got the Golden Knights and the Wild. We got the Leafs and the Senators, the Hurricanes and the Devils. As of right now. Also, we got an update. The Yankees are up 3-1 right now. So, live on air, I'm doing a live updates, and anything that happens during the game, you will hear for the next 20 minutes. I know I started the script a little late today, but that's okay because we had a really good guest on today.
Yeah, shout out Nandu, by the way. Woo!
And I really appreciate her for the upcoming weeks before coming up to me and saying, I want to come on. And I said, of course, and we made it happen. And she did a great job. And I told her after the first 5 minutes she'll be ready to go. So
that was great. I was a big fan of that.
And I didn't mind handing her most of the time on the mic because she was the guest and she did a great job. She said she was nervous, but she did a good job.
Killed it. Woo.
Shout out Nandu, as like Pat said. And what do we got? So Pat, we're gonna go to a little MLB before we get to the NFL draft because of course the NFL draft's tomorrow, but we're saving that for last.
Oh yeah.
So. And we have to save that for last. Like I said, Yankees are playing right now 3-1, top of the second inning. We got Luis O'Neill Cruz, I believe that's his name, and Aaron Judge with another base hit. Aaron Judge is 2 for 2 with an RBI triple and another knock, 6 for his last 6.
Oh my God.
Aaron Judge is putting the Yankees on his back per usual. And just doing it, with Judgment Day, apparently. Just Aaron Judge is doing his thing.
He might be going for the cycle today.
I don't know. He's already got an RBI triple. He's got an RBI triple and another run, I believe, batted in. So, but
there you go.
Here we go again, and another hit for Judge. But back to the point. So the Yankees play today, and then they have a day off, and they're taking on Toronto for 3, coming up back at the stadium, at Yankee Stadium. For the Red Sox, grand scheme of things, the Red Sox are a half a game back of the Yankees in the AL East. I understand it's April, very early. And we got the Red Sox taking on the Mariners with another game tonight. And then they play tomorrow again, an afternoon game. And then they play Cleveland for 3 at Progressive Field. So, Pat, what do you think? Another Red Sox Series W if they win today?
Yeah, I think the Sox are getting on a good run here. I think they're going to keep the train rolling here. Why not? 14-11 on the season, second place in the AL East. Well, we're coming for the top, baby.
Yeah,
we ain't going to stop.
Only a half a game back as of this moment, and anything can happen. I know it's only April, and you're going to be like, oh wow, relax, and stuff like that. But early going. I mean, teams are, getting into their smooth of things, doing their thing, but, it's early in the season and we don't know what's going to happen yet. And I know teams are, like, kind of a little over above 500 right now, not really as much, but, things can change and winning streaks are a thing. So, like Pat said, only a half game back, and Sox are playing pretty halfway decent right now. So.
Yeah, and can I also say, Big Al, I love the tradition the Sox have where they play early on Marathon Monday.
My friends have a different opinion on that, though.
Really?
They said I don't like it.
Why not?
Because they said I want it to be, like, later, not 11 a.m.
Oh, but it's one time a year.
That's what...
Have some fun.
That's the truth, though. But he's like, I just don't like the setup of it. And I'm like, well, like it or not, that's how it is. So
I had some family go to the game. They were having a good time.
Oh, that's exciting.
Oh, and also, let me say, shout out Professor Pat's cousin, Peter Milne, running the Boston Marathon in just a hair over 2.5 hours. Top 1,000 runners.
That is exciting.
Sweet Pete.
Very, very exciting. Well,
Sweet Pete, the kid is fast. Fast as lightning.
Shout out to Pat's cousin. What is his name?
Peter.
Shout out to Peter.
Shout out Peter. Sweet Pete. Running the marathon, baby. Woo!
Making the show, getting us hyped up, getting us talking about it, too, as well.
That's what I'm talking about. He also runs for Northeastern. Fast kid, I'm telling you.
So
if I tried, I could probably do it faster, but...
Okay, another update for the Yankees. It is, and Pat, you know what? Great job for your cousin. I'm very proud. That is very groundbreaking news, and I like to hear it, actually.
Let's go.
Well. The Yankees put up another run, and I believe it is 4-1 now. So, Yankees taking advantage early. I just hope that Carlos Rodon can settle in and keep the lead. So, but like an announcer just said, Pat, it's early, and it is April.
True. Keep it in perspective.
Keep it in perspective, 100%. And Pat's doing a great job as well today. Thought I would get his take. So we got the Red Sox have, again today, another game with the Mariners and another afternoon game tomorrow. And then they are going to Progressive Field to play the Guardians. And Pat says as of right now, he says that he'll take the series against the Mariners. What do you think's going to happen when they play Cleveland, though?
Ooh, buckle up.
Cleveland's
for that
another
one.
Scrappy team.
Yeah,
so.
Buckle up for that one. I guess you got to take it one series at a time, Big Al, but I'm going to say...
one day at a time, brother.
One day at a time, 1 minute at a time, 1 second at a time. I'm going to say maybe they take 1 of 3. They might cool off a little bit against the Guardians. They are a scrappy little team.
2 out of 3?
I think so.
We'll see. I don't know. Anything can happen, so...
Yep.
I think Brian Bale made a good debut start for the Red Sox, his first start of the year. Yesterday, pitching well against Seattle as well. I don't know if you saw that, but
I didn't catch that one.
But he ended up coming back for his first start of the year and pitching great. So
hey, that's solid. You always want to see guys getting off to a good start.
Huge to have him back in your rotation as well. He is a big guy in your rotation. So.
Yeah. Oh my God, pitching's so key. If you want to make a run, you always need good pitching. I feel like the
Yankees just are so low on pitching that it's just beyond me. I'm being fair. Their rotation is not good. And losing Garrett Cole in the beginning of the year was very hard. I don't really think they have a good rotation. I think it's mediocre at best. I think Max Fried's carrying it on his back as we speak as of right now. And I understand it's only April. How could you say that now? But he's only been our really halfway decent, consistent starter so far. I mean, Will Warren's a AAA guy coming up, and he's doing pretty decent. He's doing okay, but he's not a guy that I'm expecting to come in and just be all like that at the same time. So I look at it, and the Yankees at the trade deadline, I wouldn't be surprised at all, Pat, if they bring up, if they sign someone in the trade deadline, because they could very well need another starting pitcher. And their rotation is very weak, like I just said. Red Sox side of things a little different. You know, they got Crochet, they got Buehler, they got Bale back, they got Newcomb, Tanner Houck as well. I know that he's off to a short start, rough start, but it's early. You know, I mean, most guys, sometimes they struggle starting off early. So the way you look at it, I mean, do I look at it in perspective? Yankees need to get better with their rotation, for sure. But, bullpen plays a big factor as well. And I feel like it's the Yankees. It's crazy. They use their bullpen every other day. It's wild. And I look at it and I'm like, well, why are they so burnt? Guys can't go. We're in the age now where you can't go 7 or 8 innings where you can just shut out ball or 1 run given up. Or only like 2 or 3 hits.
Yeah,
that's not the day and age anymore. So you look at it and you're like, your bullpen's burned every other day. And then you're like, how are you supposed to do that when you can't give guys any rest? And then I feel like another thing with the Yankees too is they like to give a lot of guys rest days as well. And And then, you just look at it and you're just like, well, you give these guys these rest days. You don't need to give them a million rest days. You give them a few rest days, here and there. But then, when you look at it and your bullpen's cooked in the middle of the year, well, now you know why. Because your starters don't give you enough time for them to, to have a long game. Because we're in that era now where that's not the case. Starters, like I said, don't go 7 or 8 innings a game.
That's great analysis, honestly. That's spot on. I feel like they got to give you at least 6. Give you guys a little bit of a shake there.
No, and I think that you're 100% right,
And call me old school. Give me a break with all this rest. Professor Pat never takes a day off.
I think what I mean by that, Pat, is that, we're in the day and age now where things like that aren't that simple.
No, you're right. And I think the science supports it. Anyhow.
My
gut supports
it's not
pitch
even,
an 8.
Yeah. It's not even that, though. What I mean by that is like we're in this day and age where the guys don't go that long anymore. We're not in back in that age where, guys would just help your bullpen out so extremely and not have to burn 4 or 5 of them a game.
Yeah.
And then realize
they'd make you throw to your arm.
Now I actually have rest in between all this, so now it all comes together. So
yeah, true.
In that type of place. But no, we have about 11 minutes, so I'm not going to take the rest of the time on MLB. I think everybody wants to hear about the NFL draft, so I think we're going to go right to the NFL.
Dun, 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 dun. That was my impression of the NFL
welcome
draft
to the best
intro.
day of the year in about 18 hours, draft day. So,
tick, 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 tick.
Pat, I know we've talked about this for weeks and weeks and weeks.
I'm ready, baby. Let's go. Travis Hunter.
What
Woo!
do you think? Actually, just answered my question. Pat thinks Travis Hunter dropping to 4 to New England.
But I got to say, I've been torn on it the last few days because Travis Hunter's the flashy pick. 1, we don't even know if he's going to fall that far. That's kind of wishful thinking. 2, the Pats might have to go with the non-flashy, big ol' lineman pick. Protect Drake May. Keep the franchise safe. It's not as flashy, but you can't go wrong getting the best lineman in the draft.
Well, hey.
The big boys.
You heard it from Pat first here. And, Pat narrowed it down pretty as clear as day, saying what he had to say. And, Pat wants Travis Hunter. It could possibly happen. I don't know, though. It could be hard because those two guys, Travis Hunter and Abdul Carter, probably could be going number 1 and number 2 to Tennessee and Cleveland. So...
Oh, and I don't want to spread fake news, but I might have seen Travis Hunter say that he really wanted to play both ways. I got to say, I am not a huge fan of that. I think in the NFL, it's just too competitive and way too taxing on your body. Even if he has the talent to play both ways, I would not want my fresh draft pick playing both sides. I think that's just too much. It's almost too much to even do, like, punt returns. But that would maybe be a happy medium. I don't know. What do you think about that, Al? Do you think he should go both ways?
But do you remember... Do you remember when we were talking about when the Pats got Carlton Davis and now they have, obviously, of course, Christian Gonzalez? You said both ways, and we saw that, obviously. But maybe you only use him in those situations, but you have him there for a next resort.
That's not a bad idea. That might be a good and happy medium.
You know that he said he wanted to do both. But either way, wherever he goes. Now, I know my friend is a huge New England Patriots fan. If he goes to number 4, I'm going to be at his house that night.
Oh, let's go.
So I am sure he will be going insane. I would be too, obviously. Someone told me the other day that Travis Hunter was the most, and I'm going to shout this out, say this on the air. I'm going to tell my friends about this later because they're going to be mad shocked when they freaking hear this. Someone said he's the most overrated player in the draft.
What?
And I said, wait, you did not just say that. There's no way he...
Oh, Heisman winner, overrated?
No way that's true. No shot that someone said that. But they did. They said it. And I was like...
Must have been April Fools.
I'm going to hold you to that, 100%. But,
jeez.
Like I said, it's exciting time. I don't know what the Giants are going to do on their side. There's rumors that they're open to trading number 3 with the Jets, is what I'm hearing big. Or the Raiders. I don't know yet. But I'm getting a little nervous, Pat. The Giants need a quarterback for the future, but none of these journeyman guys are selling me. That's the word I was looking for last week, journeyman.
Yeah, that's a good one. They're not terrible, but they've played for 80
what they're
teams.
going to be. Exactly, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
So
you want to find your guy, the a franchise.
No, exactly. You want to see what they got. But this quarterback class isn't selling me like that, so I don't know what's going to happen yet, Pat,
Yeah, I think sometimes there is some pressure to take a quarterback, even if it's not a strong class. Almost better to wait it out, take the best player available. That's a tough one, though, because fans will pressure you to get a quarterback if your team doesn't have one.
Well, that's why I feel like the reason why we only, I know we have a quarterback for a little while, and, with Russell Wilson, and I don't know what Jameis Winston's part's going to be in this, but he's now our third-string quarterback, I don't see us going into this draft not taking a QB. We have to take a quarterback. I understand this class isn't the best. And some people were like, oh, why don't you just save up for next year and blah, 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 and do this and do that.
That's no good either.
It's not
Another
no good
year
either.
of
And
tanking.
our coaches' jobs are on the line as well.
True.
And same with Joe Schoen as GM. So the Giants aren't going to just mess around like that. So, but, I want to see them make a splash. They need to make a splash. Draft day is one of my favorite days of the year as well, because you only get drafted once. So. And that kind of reminds me, I think I got to watch that Draft Day movie again before tomorrow night.
That's a classic,
I
yeah.
have to watch that as well. I think I'll have to sit down, maybe even tonight, because tomorrow's the draft. So I think I might kick back, relax, and watch the Draft Day tonight.
With the one and only Kevin Costner.
He's a legendary actor that also played in Field of Dreams.
Let's go.
So, and a million other movies. I'm not going to go into perspective with that because we have 6 minutes, but...
Oh, shout out Draft Day, though, for real.
Yeah, shout out
good
Draft
watch,
Day,
good watch.
And shout out, that movie is a great movie. I can't believe that movie came out in 2014. That was about,
oh my gosh.
That was about 11 years ago,
old.
Pat. So I feel like that was yesterday. So
Me too.
And I feel like, and more than just that though, Pat. Here's the other thing. I feel like that movie came out so long ago.
Yeah, that's
so,
wild.
So I'm just like 11 years ago. I don't know exactly what day, but like. I just can't believe it was that long ago. And, like, that movie was so good, though. I didn't end up going to see it in the theaters, but I ended up seeing it a little while after that. But I was begging to see that in the theaters to my father a few years ago. Or not a few years ago, when that movie came out.
Yeah.
That just didn't happen. So, I don't know why, but
Well, oh well.
it is what it is. I ended up seeing it at the end of the day. So,
Hey, there's always streaming.
Exactly.
Usually.
It streams on Peacock, actually. So the movie is actually on Peacock. So if you have Peacock and you want to watch the draft day before the NFL draft tomorrow night, go for it.
Let's go. Maybe we'll recap the draft and the movie Draft Day.
100%. Next week, absolutely.
Let's do it. That sounds fun.
Sounds like a good premier plan, Pat, before we come back here next week. And then hopefully I sound a little bit better than I did this week. But yet again, I still sticked it out. And, I'm still here. So it's not like I didn't show up. So, but I was, considering a little bit, Pat. A few hours before all this, I was considering even calling out, but I didn't. So
perseverance, baby.
I wanted to stay. Yeah.
Don't ever quit. Don't ever surrender.
Yeah, I wanted to stay and keep coming here. It's fun. I love doing what I want to do, and I hope next semester I'm able to come back and do this again because this is a lot of fun and
Me
I
too.
enjoy the atmosphere. I enjoy the energy. I enjoy the hype, and I also enjoy what we talk about. Not every day I get to have a paid internship that does this and lets you talk about exactly what you want to talk about. So, and
hey, you've been killing it, Big Al. Holding it down for real. The only sports head.
And definitely trying to stay on top of things and keep it up and keep having fun. So, and hopefully, Pat, like you said, I'm able to come back and we can figure some things out. But
yeah, and on that note, shout out Kelsey, shout out Rebecca, shout out Amanda, shout out everybody in OSDDS.
Absolutely.
Real ones. Real ones alert.
So we're going to wrap up the show now because we have about 4 minutes, and I want to get to my last two songs. Also, shout out John Cena, the GOAT, for winning his 17th world championship.
You can't see me.
He will be my last song wrapping up, but I'm also going to honor the newest Hall of Fame guest of 2025, Triple H, Paul Levesque. That is the chief operating officer of WWE, and has been doing it for years and years and years. Shout out you for being in the class of 2025.
Let's go. Yo, shout out WWE
in general
marketing.
For cooking as of right now. And, bringing these rivalries and bringing these feuds together. It's just feel like WWE is getting back into the swing of things, back on top. I don't want to say that like now like that, but they're cooking some things up, and I'm liking what they're doing. So shout out Triple H, Nick Khan, and everybody on the TKO board, anyone that's helping out with WWE in general. So we are going to wrap up. Thank you for Midday with the Raj, and thank you, Pat, for coming on for the last half hour, and thank you, Nandu, for coming on as a guest.
Let's go.
We will be back next week, and I will take Pat's advice and do a draft day review with him, and we will do a normal draft day 2025 review.
Oh, I can't wait.
Together.
Let's go.
We'll be back next week, same time, same channel. Be a friend, tell a friend, tell us knife will change your life. I know I'm shouting out Pat McAfee, which is kind of crazy, but you know what? Why not? So
peace and love.
Shout out to the Pat McAfee show as well, and Pat McAfee for being okay after what happened the other day when he got attacked by Gunther. I understand it's not real, it's fake, and he ended up getting to the hospital that night to make sure everything was okay, but he was blindsidedly attacked. Gunther attacked Michael Cole and Pat McAfee as well. But shout out Pat and for everything he's doing with the business and what he has on his table as well. So have a good week, and we'll be back next week.
Sounds good. Peace.